libawadde uniform basoma libawa ebitabo. Somero lino somero ddungi nnyo lyenyigidde nnyo mu activities endala nga omupiira, okuyimba, byonna.
D'accord.
I'm Sanabula Godfrey, headmaster of the school, the Progressive National Primary School, which was started by Minister Elias Baleke. Our director is here. We started this school purposely to help orphans, total orphans, and half orphans, such that they can also access education. Though, since they don't pay money, they cannot afford paying money. We started the school, but still have some challenges we face as we deliver services to these children. The challenges we face, first of all, our office, the teacher's office, is very small. It is shared by many people. The secretaries, we are using the same office because of it being small. We have the staff room there. It's also very small. It cannot accommodate all the teachers. Our staff room, when you look at it, it's very small in size. It cannot accommodate all the teachers plus the students. So it also needs some improvement in case funds are found. And even this office for the head teacher is this side. This is my son's office, where we carry out all the activities. This is where we receive our visitors from. This office is also very small when you look at it. Because of the inadequate buildings that we have, this office is shared by many people. I sit here. My secretary also takes a part. A second secretary who prints students' books also takes a part. So if you happen to have some visitors, they also sit there, most especially parents and other visitors. So you find that we are congested in this small office, which we find that it's not enough for us. It needs improvement. And this one can be improved in the case we get a new building, like maybe a flat, whereby we can at least have all the buildings, all the classrooms and other offices from that one building. This one is baby class. It accommodates more than 50 children, but it's supposed to accommodate 40 children. But here we have more than 50 children, so they are also congested with this class. When you look at the floor, it also needs to be renovated. But since we don't have enough funds to set up a new building or even to renovate this, we just make sure that at least we offer our services to these children such that they also get a brighter future. But it really needs improvement when you look at its statuses. So baby classes, this is baby class, and from baby class we are going to middle class. We try to at least to come up with the talking classes, and my teachers work tirelessly to make sure that at least we have a nice classroom environment, though the floor is not all that good, but to make sure that at least learning continues with or without a teacher. Because here, if we make a learning aids and the teacher is out, still active children can at least to refer to this one. So learning aids can also support what we call incidental learning that may take place when the teacher maybe is away, the learning continues. So when you look at this, our classroom environment is somewhat okay, so that teachers are very active regardless of the status of the class according to the flow. Even you can see the status of our door. It is rotten, but the fans are not enough. But we make sure that at least studying continues. Then this one is middle class. Children from baby class, they spend a year, full year there. Then from there, we promote them another class. This is our next class for children from baby. They come to middle. Still, as I've told you, when you look at the status of the floor, the desks, they are too packed. Now this this class is smaller than baby class. If you compare this class with the other, this one is smaller. Children are packed, but you have nothing to do. You have to make sure that at least they come and access education, because that's our major aim as to why we try to find these orphans, the total orphans, and they have 4 orphans to come and access education, regardless of the little resources, the few resources we have, making sure that the study continues. The classroom environment still, I appreciate my teachers that at least when it comes to teaching, learning, we make sure that a learner, these little children, they learn by seeing. So we make sure that this we access, or we make things for them so that they see. For example, here you can see important places. So with the classroom environment, we really try our best. So after 1 year, we come to middle class, then we come to top class. This is a class that makes the end of nursery section. So in nursery section, we spend 3 years. This is the class that makes the end of nursery section. See, you can look at the class, the way it is packed. It is packed because we lack enough rooms. We don't have a store. Where we can keep these books, these chairs. So we make sure that we squeeze little space. For the learners' books to keep them, and also we make sure that we remain with some space for the children to learn. But still, you can look at our classroom environment. Teachers are doing well, and if they are able to do all this in the status of these classes, just imagine if we get a nice building, how learning and teaching can be. Because when we look at what we are supposed to do, they will really do it with one heart to help with these orphans, the total orphans and half orphans, at least to access standard education. So from here, they go to primary 1, and you make sure that at least since they are completing, crossing from nursery section to primary section, there is little graduation we organize in top class nursery children. They graduate to be motivated to join, in order to join primary level. So now these are matrices. Since these children are infants, baby class, sometimes their attention span is short. They need to rest. So what we did, I bought mattresses for those people who may need to rest, those who are sick because we don't have a sick bay here, and we cannot manage all this population. Some become sick, so I decided to buy for them some little mattresses. If someone becomes sick, you can rest that person on these small mattresses. But in other schools, public schools that have enough resources, they make sure that they get a room for these children who may need to rest and those ones who are sick. Then from nursery, this one is primary 1. So those people who have managed to pass to be promoted from top class to primary, this is their first step. It's primary 1. Now they are no longer infants, they are no longer in nursery section. They have now started their primary level, which they have a journey to move of 7 years. So still, you can look at the nature of our classrooms, the nature of the sitting arrangement. We still use these desks, though by the way, some schools have resorted at least to rockers, whereby a child sits alone and gets enough space. But here, the spaces are not enough. So this one desk, you find 5 children. One desk, it accommodates maximum 5 children. So you find even they get some difficulties in writing as they are squeezing themselves. This one's, they even complain, teacher, this one is pushing me, this one is pushing me. So sometimes it also affects their handwriting because they are too packed on one desk. And as I told you, so we may need some also improvement here, but still, I told my teachers, though we may not have enough resources, but learning should also continue. So we have to do our part. Make sure that classes are nice, they are conducive for the children, they are conducive for teaching and learning process. This is primary 1. Then from here, allow me also take you to primary 2. Primary 2. Primary 2, young children, they learn by playing. Even they say that any worker without play makes a dull boy. So this is their playground where they play during break and during free time, such that they also areas. This is our playground. From primary 2 after 3 terms, we bring them here also to access education. Really, whenever I look at this setting, though it's not on standard, the setting of the buildings are not on standard, but I continue to appreciate my director who came up with this wonderful idea of starting this school from down to see that at least the orphans. Most of our orphans here, their parents died of AIDS, there are some who died because of accidents, so they couldn't afford education. But I thank my director, Mr. Bias Valeke, as for setting this semi-permanent structure so that our children of this community can access. Sitting arrangement, not all that different from what I've shown you. Primary 1, children are packed, 5 children on one desk. It affects their handwriting also as well. So, allow me also talk about the dust in our compound. When you look at the other side, we are struggling so much to see that at least we eliminate the dust by making some papers. But because funds are not enough, we do it, at least we first correct some funds, we do the possible part according to what we have in our pockets. So we do part by part. So this one is now the remaining part, and we are trying to see whether we can also work upon it, so that at least we eliminate the dust, because children always become sick. They become sick. Flu is like a flu. When the dust raises, they get affected by flu. Though we are trying also to extend some favors, as you can see here, some favors, and in our plan, which are planned that at least the whole part is covered with favors. It also continues. It also helps us to improve smartness in case we cover the whole compound with favors. So This one is also our primary 3. As you can see inside here, still. Then this teacher, because the class was too packed, you will see that at least the sitting arrangement, she's so creative. She tried to change the sitting arrangement at least to make the children face one another, so that at least they can come up with the proper handwriting. Because children are many, but the classroom is still small and the desks probably are packed. This one is primary 4. Primary 4. Still, you can look at the floor. We make sure that every day, in the morning we sweep. During break time we sweep the class. After lunch the class is swept because the floor is not that okay. If it was okay, we would have mopped it. Than the way it looks. But still, when we look at the classroom environment, we try our level best to see that the classes are communicating. With or without a teacher, learning must continue. Yes. The partitioning, because due to a lack of funds, we are unable to have a concrete partition. So we just resorted to using wood. They're using wood. That's the plywood. This is the timber. So at least you can come up with 2 classes, but it was one. It was one. This one, P4 from primary 4. Children come to primary 5, but here it is locked because the class teacher went with the keys. Reason being, sometimes if he leaves this door open, since our school is children are many, they may spoil his work, and it takes him time to make those learning instructional materials. So he makes sure that he locks if he's away and the children are away. He makes sure that his class is safe. He's safe by locking it. So he went with the key because he does not want things to be spoiled and pupils' beauty to be spoiled. This is now a corridor that takes us another class. So in between the corridor, there is a class fixed still for the learners to access education. I know you couldn't think that there is a class here, but this is now primary 6, and the primary 6 teacher came to my office and told me, "Hey teacher, do you know why? My class is not in good condition. It looks bad. It looks in a poor way. Please, can you allow me at least to improvise by using boxes such that I can cover the parts that look so bad?" I gave him permission, and this is what he came up with. Instead of, because outside the wall was not on good standard, he tried to use boxes to cover up the wall so that children can access education from a conducive environment. So we look at the way teachers are creative. They really love their children. They really love to see their children learning in a conducive environment. As the administration is doing its best, the teachers also become part to see that they create a conducive environment for the learners. Yeah, as a teacher, I also feel pain to see my children learning in such a class which has the main floor, but that's how learning to sometimes I just pray that maybe one time we also get good nice structures which can help us boost or elevate our education. But still, the classroom environment, teachers are very active in making those learning materials, instructional materials, to see that learners really reflect what is in reality by improvising. That is a diagram of an onion. This is primary 6, so we are left with one class. That's primary 7, that's the candidate class. The veranda. This is the veranda. This veranda, when it was still in good condition, it could still help us. Children could sit on this veranda as they're taking their breakfast. They could sit on this veranda taking their lunch, but now it's nowhere to be seen. So it needs also to be renovated, and in case we get maybe a new building, this one can also be solved. But the veranda is also not okay. Our candidate class, this is now the class for primary 7. This one, they are now finalizing their primary level. After here, then they go and join secondary or higher school. So this is primary 7, our candidate class. Still, if you try now to refresh back, to fresh back from where we have come from, those classes, baby class, you find out that there are some common challenges, some common challenges that we have found in all the classes, most especially now the floor. When you look at this floor, and it is in the worst condition. When you look at the walls, they're in the worst conditions. But that's why we came up to improvise by making these boards such that assist teachers can hang their charts, their instructional materials for education to continue. Those windows, they're just open like that. You don't have a window, you just have structures, the flames for the windows. Yes. So this is these are the structures that make up Gaba Progressive Nursery and the Primary School. Thank you so much for listening to me. So now, according to what we have seen, all the classes we have visited, so we find out that we have some outstanding challenges. So in the school, I have a population of 473 children. 473 children, there are too many to be accommodated by these classes. So we find out that one of the solutions to solve that, we would need a new building or a flat building to make sure that we put all the classes on one building. Because when you look at this, if we get all the classes on one flat building, then the other land behind can also be used to set up hostels. Why do we need hostels? This population of 473 children, they don't come from nearby places. We find that we have some who come from faraway places, who are affected by accidents on their way. Some come late, they find when lessons have already gone. So if we get some hostels here and they are able to be accommodated by the school here, they can access education in time. Those who come late when lessons have already gone, they can access education in time. It can also eliminate accidents on the way. Then still, if we get van, because we have so many other children who may also be in need of accessing education from this school, but they are very far, they come from faraway places, and the school has no van to fetch them or to collect them every morning and taking them back. So we find that they also lose that chance of accessing education from here because of the longer distances. The school has no van and they cannot move from where they are to here. Then there's also another challenge of feeding all this big population. I've not taken it to the kitchen, but action is also in a poor condition. You find that feeding is also a challenge here. The school cannot afford to feed a population of 473 children. And there's a saying which says, an empty sack cannot stand. So you cannot teach a child when he's having empty stomach, has not eaten anything, and he grasp everything that you teach. So we have also a population. If we could find a way so that all our children can also access food from school, I think that one could also help us to boost education or to put it on a greater heights. So those are some of the challenges we are having. That the next outstanding challenge, we are in need of a new building that can have enough classrooms, that can have enough offices for the administrations, that can have a modernized computer room, computer lab, such that these children can also access acquiring skills for computer. So thank you so much for listening to me. We shall be glad if our cry is heard, such that we work hand in hand to see that these total orphans, they have orphans, we are having access education, so that they also become important people, important citizens of our country in the future. Thank you so much for listening to me, for God and my country.
Nze Elias Baleke Director w'essomero lino, nze ndikulira ekifo, nze nakiwaayo okuyamba abaana enfuuzi ne bamulekwa, naye nsanze mu buzibu. Tulina abaana bangi beetu abasomera wano, naye era abangi kusinga tebasasula kubanga tebalina ssente. N'ekirala, abaana beetu tulina olugendo bwe batambula luwanvu, bava wala, naye nga ngezaako kulaba nti nfuna ebisulo abava wala basobole kusulangamu, naye obusobozi obuyambi sinaba kubufuna. Naye ekifo kino era kigazi, tulina abaana bangiko, ekitundu kino kirina abaana bangiko, naye bangi kusinga bakatiyamba, tebalina busobozi. Naye mu byonna essomero lino gyakamala wano emyaka guno gwa 9, naye obuzibu bwe nasanzeemu egisinga essente, okusasula abakozi, ensonga ensimbi ziyingira asize enyingi, naye era omulimu gugenda bulungi. Naye mu byonna nandisabye Katonda nfuneyo obuyambi. Ebigambo kabikoma abo, mwebale nnyo.